The Study in Japan for Africa is an organization that has been doing this, talking about promoting this opportunities to go and study in Japan. And it's particularly just looking at people from the African continent and exposing them to the very many colleges. MIDORI DAIMON is from this organization. Midori-san, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again. I'm very happy to be here.
Karibu sana
Asante
katika
sana.
kipindi cha leo.
Yeah.
Mambo iko namna gani? Unasikia baridi ya Kenya?
Yeah, nasikia baridi sana.
It's cold.
Yeah.
My friend. In fact, even in Japan, you don't even get this cold, despite your winter weathers.
There is.
Japan has winter.
Yeah, despite their winter weathers, it doesn't get this cold.
Yes. So as we have cold without winter.
Wait. It's quite cold. Midori, today we want to talk about graduate studies in Japan.
Yes.
And we'll soon be joined by Dr. Ian Karusigarira, who is from the National Graduate Institute for Policy Studies. But before he joins us, just tell us again about these opportunities to go and study in Japan.
Okay, thank you very much for invitation again. And yes, I'm Midori, study in Japan coordinator. So as Eric introduced me, that we are promoting study in Japan. And this time I'd like to focus on graduate programs in Japan. Right now, like there are like 1,500 students from sub-Saharan Africa. Among them now, we have 140 Kenyans studying there. And then among them, like around 90 students are in graduate programs. So I can say that it's a bit like graduate programs in Japan, a bit famous somehow. Yeah, but we still want increase the number. And then actually right now we have like 850 courses offered in English in graduate level, master's and PhD. So I'd like the listener to know more and more opportunities in graduate programs in Japan. Yeah.
What are some of the courses that we're looking at that are really popular, should I say, that would then, entice more students to come? I
can say that for international students and also like especially for Africans, I think that engineering and maybe agriculture is very popular for them. And then actually we have so many students in that field. But today I'd like to also talk about like few social science field, such as political science or like development studies or international relations. So Dr. Ian will talk about that program in that field.
Okay.
Yes.
He's not yet joined us. We're trying to get in touch with him. 850 courses. So you're saying that, of course, engineering, agriculture, very popular because maybe the people who started this went in for engineering, they come back and they said, I did my graduate studies in Japan and were engineers. You're saying even these other social studies are also gaining popularity.
Yeah, I hope so. Yes, I think so. Because like if you go to Japan, like you can get another perspective. Like not only like I can say Western culture, Western perspective, which is very popular here in Africa. Yeah, but also you will know another perspective, and then you can get more various, thinking way from different culture, different society. Yeah.
If I may ask, we keep being told that the earth is becoming a global village. So it's like everything is within your reach and your grasp. Now, many countries in Europe also have declining populations. You find that there are more older people than younger people. Well, these are some of the should we say, the not so pleasant side effects of family planning. But what would you say is the advantage that one would have if one was, say, comparing studying in Japan as opposed to studying in some other part of the world? What would you say are some of the advantages that one would have if I were to decide, let's say today at my tender age, that I want to pursue my studies?
Oh, okay. You mean like they're different from
Yes.
studying in
no,
a Western?
better than any other place I might want to go and study in.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The one thing, as I told you, that in Japan it's very far away from here, and then like I think not only physically but also like mentally, and then that is true because like we our culture is very different from your culture, and then but if you go there, you will be. You will learn about our culture, but not only that, but you will be representative of your country, your homeland, and then like you will also know about your home country, because when you go there, you have to think about your country. When you go there, you will face with many Japanese who doesn't know you yourself. Yeah, so you will also like you will exchange the ideas, and then you will also get improved that to know your culture and also our culture. So that I think that is also a very good thing. Yes.
Well, I'm in agreement with you because as you're speaking, I'm thinking that there were 4 European countries that dominated this continent. There was the English, the French, the Portuguese did their little thing, the Spanish tried a little bit, the Germans were really neither here nor there, but the Belgians also had an impact. But we didn't have any impact in terms of any colonial experience from, say, Japan. So yes, you're right. There is the novelty of it and a culture that is completely different from the one we have.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so looking at graduate study, I know that one of the questions that always pops out at people is, all right, here's an opportunity, maybe go to this part of the world to get, but then the expense of an education always comes up. And asking, so are there tools that would assist with financial aid and stuff for a graduate program?
Okay. Actually, there are so many opportunities for applying for scholarship. Okay, before you go, there's also some opportunities for applying for scholarship. Usually, when you apply for the course, you can ask them which kind of, ask university, which kind of scholarship opportunities are there, and then they can tell you, and then please don't hesitate to ask them. They don't feel bad if you ask about financial assistance, because they know that yes, it's needed. And of course, after you go there, even that side, there are so many opportunities for scholarship, financial assistance, such as tuition waiver and also monthly stipend. Yes, such as like $400 per month for 1 year. Yeah, something like that.
Previously, when you've been here, Midori-san, you've told us about the cost, because one of the things that people will always consider is how much is it going to cost me to travel and go work and live in Japan. So on average, if you compare studying in Japan with studying in Kenya and then studying in other places where people go, so we have European countries, you've got the USA, you've got Canada and such, how would you compare the cost of education in Japan and those countries?
Okay, I can say that if you go to National University, the cost tuition fee is not so like expensive. I can say like you can compare with American universities or England universities and our universities in Japan. Yes. And okay, and I can say that your student visa can allow you to work 28 hours per week in Japan. Yeah, so some students who are studying like that side, and then they are also working. But actually about graduate programs, I recommend you to consult your professor, because the graduate study doesn't give you so much free time.
So
yes. But there's something like research assistant in the campus. That's something part-time job there is. So the university can allow you to work in the campus. So you can make a bit money, and then you can study. Yeah.
There are people who may be thinking as well as using the graduate studies in Japan as a stepping stone to working for some of the biggest companies in the world that are based in Japan. Is this a route that you've seen people, especially from Africa Tech, maybe applying to go and do their master's or PhD programs in Japan, and then thereafter they continue working for Japanese companies?
Yeah, actually, the Japanese government want the international students after graduation to work in Japan. But to be honest, I have to say that still Japanese language proficiency is a bit critical key to look for the job in Japan. But at the same time, I've heard from one of African former students who are working right now in Japan. He doesn't speak so much Japanese language, but he managed to get a good job opportunities. And then he told me that the Japanese, it's very important. It's good to show that you have interest in Japanese culture and Japanese society. But not only that, but if you have good communication skills in English, and then you can start to knowing each other, and then you can get good network. And then finally, you can get the good job opportunities in Japan. So I want to encourage the students to study Japanese language also, but I know that it's very difficult when you are studying in English.
To combine both.
Yes. So you can just try to see to get good communication skills and good networking, so that you will have good.
From the students that you have interacted with, those that have gone to study in Japan, and some of them maybe have also tried to up their skill and up their proficiency of the Japanese language. How difficult is it to learn Japanese?
Oh, okay. From my perspective, for example, Bantu language, Kiswahili, it's very say that it has very similar pronunciation like our Japanese, because we have a, I, U, E, O, kakiku, keko, sashi, su, se, so, and then the sound is very similar to Bantu language. And then I know many African students who can speak fluently. So at least if you can speak, not writing. Writing is very difficult. It's very difficult. But if you can speak, and then it's very easy for you to to get fruitful life, daily life in Japan.
Are you saying that you found it easy to learn Kiswahili?
Actually, one of books says that Kiswahili is easiest language to learn for Japanese people. I saw it, I read it. I think that is because the sound.
The sounds are the same.
Sound system is the same.
But then also, like you say, you'll go to very many places where things are written in Japanese.
Now,
difficult.
Yes,
you're learning you're used to the alphabet. Now you're using characters. So how is it gonna be?
Actually, if you stay in huge city like Tokyo or Osaka, now these days there are so many English translation. But if you go the university is located not only cities but also suburb area, and then if you go that side, maybe Black African will be only alone in that city, in that small area. So you can't see the English translation. But now, if you say something like greeting or some basic Japanese language, other Japanese people can help you, can assist you very well. That is I've heard from African students.
Okay, so there's a question that's come in, and I think it's interesting. So what happens if you want to then pursue your graduate course, but you want to also move with your family? Are there So are there provisions for one to enter into the graduate study as well as move with family?
Oh, okay. So that is a bit it depends on your situation. If you go to study in Japan with Japanese government scholarship, that one they can give you somehow enough monthly stipend, so you can think about to take family to them. And then if professor allow you to go with your family, yeah, it's very easy to go. And then about visa, if you have a student visa, you can get easily to get the family visa for your family. Yes. And if you go like as a private funded students, still you can take them, yeah, when you are studying. And then yes, I know that some families that side, since they are just at home, they started looking for some jobs, part-time job, and then they managed to get some small money that side. Yeah. And then actually one of them, they get Japanese proficiency skill, and after they come back to here, and that wife started teaching Japanese language here in Kenya. So yeah.
You know, it's fascinating. It's fascinating because when I think of just the opportunity, not just to have academic understanding and academic learning and knowledge, but how it is that the cultural exchange and the benefits that can be derived from it. See, I'll give you an example of what I mean.
Okay.
You mentioned social science studies, but you also mentioned engineering and agriculture. Now, I am a social scientist. My background in my studying is social science, but I'm fascinated by engineering. And I'm fascinated by the engineering prowess of what I've seen in Japanese engineering from the bridges that they have built in the country. Now, I'm thinking of that technology transfer when somebody has actually studied and they come back and that can be put into practice. But where I've seen it practically is in actually science research or medical science research, because it's a field I worked in for some time. People who have studied, the Japanese government has had very many collaborations with their universities and say the Kenya Medical Research Institute, and people who have actually gone there to study and have come back. Same with the University of Nairobi. And you can see the proficiency and what I'm calling the transfer of skills and how it now cascades down to the point where people don't just understand research as some foreign subject, but something that has been internalized and something that is considered to be normal. Because the greater the number of people who actually go through this process, the greater the number of people you will actually have who have that particular proficiency. Yes. I'm simply saying it's a good thing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, as you already noticed, that not only like if you go to study in Japan, not only getting knowledge or skills from Japan, but also you will learn how that skill or technology will come from, like the system, whole system, and some our maybe job ethics or job culture also can assisting so much the solid our technology. So you can learn whole system, not only technology, but also the back culture. And then so that is why also I say that social science field also very important. So not only like technology and skills, you can steal our technology, but also if you go to study in Japan, you will know our lifestyle, you will know our thinking way so much, and then and also you can add some your knowledge, and then you will come back with that idea.
Actually, it's interesting you should say that, because even as you say it, so long if you have more and more people from this continent going to Japan, it also means the people in Japan get an opportunity to interact with the people who come from this continent. And they open up to it. So yes, as I said, it's symbiotic. It's a two-way traffic that I consider to be exceptionally good. Yes.
And especially when people talk about Japanese, the work ethic, the respect and value system that they have, when you go and study such programs and then you also interact with the people of Japan, like you're saying, Midori-san, you get to interact with the people, and you also get to see this is actually who they are as a people. This is their value system. When someone from Japan, like Midori-san, says, I'll be there at 7:30, she'll be there at 7:30. if it's a people of Japan who are working for the county government of Transoia, they would have been there on time when the governor called for a meeting at 9 a.m.
Not
Okay,
9:01.
and not 9:01. So it's such kind of things. Maybe actually you should talk to Governor Natembea. He can sponsor some people to go and study in
Japan and come back.
for a couple of days and come back. They'll be streamlined. They'll know how to work and live there. Question though, are there institutes in Kenya that teach the Japanese language that then would help you as you are applying for these programs?
Actually, as I told you, like now there are so many courses offered in English, though, yeah, of course, that to learn Japanese language is very helpful for students. So I can say now, like Embassy of Japan in Kenya, in Nairobi, Upper Hill, yeah, they have some Japanese classes every week, I think. And also some university, like Kenyatta University, has their like elective course for Japanese language. But that one is for only Kenyatta University students. And also I know that so many Kenyans and some Japanese, they have private classes, Japanese classes. So, and then there's an association, it's called JALTAC, Japanese Teacher Association of Kenya. Yeah, so you can access them and then you can ask them that where I can study Japanese language. Yes.
So these programs that are offered in English, it's from beginning to end, it's in English. It's not hybrid.
About graduate studies, yes, offered totally taught in English. There's also some graduate schools, like if you get prospective, supervisor who can supervise you in English, but at the same time, sometimes they have some Japanese language course, but that one is bilingual. But I say that 850 courses offered in English, totally taught in English. So you can't be lost.
Yeah. Let's have more of these conversations in coming days, Midori-san. We were not able really to get Dr. Ian in good time. We just got him at the very dying minutes of the conversation.
Wow.
So because it's very important that for him to actually speak to us in one of these days, tell us about the studying the graduate programs that are offered in Japan, especially from his institute, the National Graduate Institute for Policy Studies.
Can I add a bit about his program?
Yes.
Please.
Actually, he's in National Graduate Institute for Policy Studies. It's shortly called GRIPS. And they have actually, he's in PhD course. He's supervising PhD course, and then there's some Japanese government scholarship opportunities. So he wanted to promote his course, but that one is for PhD. So the applicants must have master degrees. Yes, and then that one PhD in advanced policy studies or in international development studies or international relations. So there are also some Kenyans and Tanzanians and also Ugandans. They graduated from that course and then they came back to here in Africa. Then they work for like Bank of Uganda or Ministry of Finance in Tanzania, and also like Office of the Prime Minister in Ethiopia, Rwanda, something like that. So like this course is for making leader of leaders.
Great.
Yes.
Midori-san, come again soon and let's talk. And this time, let's hope we'll have Dr. Ian on the show.
Today or
no,
next time?
Next
okay.
time.
So can I also promote our online event? Right
Time
now?
for the news, maybe.
Okay. All right.
Midori-san, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
joining
very
us.
much.
You're still in Nairobi, so
Yes.
you'll be
I'll
here with
come
us
back
again.
next week.
Yes.
Yeah.